Hello, I am Erin Britton, and I am one of your co-hosts here in this 80-Day Obsession group. And I'm so excited that you guys are here and joining us on this awesome journey. So I have done 80-Day Obsession two times, and it is by far my most favorite program I've ever done yet. You are in for a treat with this, and I'm just thrilled that you've committed to doing this with us. And I hope that today's video is going to give you a lot of tips, a lot of help to help you get started, to help you know where to begin with a nutrition plan. So for me, 80-Day Obsession was more than just fitness. It was more than just the nutrition. It was about total self-care. But a big piece of that is setting yourself up for success with the fitness, making sure you know when you're going to work out, making sure it fits into your schedule, making sure you know what you're going to eat. You've got everything planned out, and when you're going to eat it, we're going to be following timed nutrition. I'll explain that in just a little bit. And when you have yourself set up for success, you have so much room then to work on your total self-care. Get yourself to bed on time so that you can get a full night's sleep, and maybe give yourself a little extra love with, even if it's just 5 minutes time with a personal development book or listening to a podcast, something like that. Those things are going to take you so far with this program. It's not just going to be the physical changes, it's going to be the emotional changes too, and you're going to just feel amazing. It's so worth it. So let's talk about the nutrition plan. We will be following timed nutrition with this, and timed nutrition is actually quite simple to follow. It's a really easy plan. With this plan, we'll know exactly what to eat and when to eat it. But it's also very flexible in that you can know exactly what to eat if you end up at a restaurant. And you can know exactly what to eat if you end up at a party. You can still enjoy life. You can still be a part of life while following this program without having to derail your commitment to this program either. It's totally possible. So here's how we get started. And as we go through this, I will explain further what timed nutrition is, okay? So the first thing you're going to want to do is find your starter guide. And I'm going to show you in just a moment how to find that. Let me share my screen here with you. Let's see, which screen is it? I'm going to share my Beachbody On Demand. So what I have done here is I've gone to beachbodyondemand.com and I've logged in. And you can access this on your computer. You can access this on your phone or your tablet. If you're accessing it on your phone or tablet, you'd actually want to go into the App Store and search for Beachbody On Demand, and there you can download the free app. And then you can log in with your username and password that you set up when you purchased your package through your coach, if it was me or somebody else that invited you into this group. Once you have logged into Beachbody On Demand, whether it's on here or through the app on your phone or tablet, then what you're going to want to do is find 80-Day Obsession. So when you first logged in, you're brought to the home screen, and that's going to show you all of our awesome workout programs. So this shows you your library of workout programs. And so you're going to want to scroll down probably a little bit, or scroll with your finger, and find 80-Day Obsession. It's usually going to be located towards the top. It's one of our newer programs. And go ahead and click or tap on 80-Day Obsession. Now from here, what we have are some videos. So under the workout list here, I have some videos, some quick start tips videos. So it's a great video for you to watch this week during prep week. And some eating plan tips videos. I want you to watch these two videos this week during prep week to help you get started. There will be some great tips that I'm not going to talk about even in this video here that you'll want to watch. We also have these weekly obsession videos. Now, we might talk about those to you elsewhere, but I'm just going to reiterate it. I highly recommend watching these every single week throughout our 80-day program. me expand this and show you. So each week there's a weekly obsession video. And these are basically behind the scenes. So the cast that is an 80-day obsession, they did 80-day obsession just like you and I are going to be doing it right here and now. They did it day after day, one by one, day 1 all the way through day 80, and followed it through just like we are going to be following it through. So they're just like you and I. And these videos are behind the scenes, their experience with it, them talking to us about their experience with the workouts, with how they fit it into their life, with the nutrition plan. They're really awesome videos. They're very inspirational and motivational. So I highly recommend you watch them every week. And then we have our workouts. So if you haven't seen where these are yet, this is where they are. We'll be starting, of course, with phase 1, day 1. And this is definitely a program you want to follow the order of the workouts, day 1 to day 2 to day 3. You don't want to be skipping around with the workouts. It will work for you that way. There's progression with these workouts. Okay, but we're here to talk about the nutrition plan. So let's go into program materials here. So when you're in the app, it will look the same. You'll come to the workout list first, then you can tap on program materials, and here we are. So your Getting Started guide is located right here. We have a US Canadian version and we have a UK version, so depending where you're located. Go ahead and click or tap on that, and it will open it up in a PDF document. So you can view it right here on your device, or you can print it out if you like. This is one that I do recommend printing out, and I'll show you why. We're going to scroll down a little bit. This page right here, page number 3, you're going to be coming back to this one. And I'm in a little screen up here in the corner. Maybe you can see mine, but this is from my first round. You know, I was filling it in after each phase. So this is something you're going to be doing this week, filling in your starting measurements and your starting weight. And at the end of each phase, you're going to be doing that. This information is also important for figuring out which nutrition plan you should be following for this program. You need to know your starting weight to figure out which nutrition program you're going to be following. So if you have not yet, you do need to weigh yourself this week. You don't need to tell anybody, but you need to know what that weight is, okay? It's going to be very important information, and you're going to be weighing yourself at the end of each phase, which is basically at the end of every month, okay? So this is, like I said, something I would recommend that you print out. And then moving on to page 4. This is the next very important step. This is how we figure out which nutrition plan we're going to be following. So this program is very much customized to you. It's going to be very much telling you exactly what you need to eat for your body to get results for you. Not for me, not for your coach who invited you, not for the other challengers in this group, but for you. So that's what this calculation is right here. And there's going to be a few things that we're going to need to figure out and decide too along the way. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in your current weight, okay? And you're going to multiply that times 11. And that's going to give you your caloric base. Then after that, once you have that number, you are going to add 600. Okay, that's for this particular workout program and for phase 1, because we're going to do new calculations at the end of every phase. And that gives you what we call your maintenance calories. Now, if you were coming into 80-day obsession in this challenge and you have decided, I don't really want to lose weight, I just really want to tone up or build some lean muscle, but I'm not actively looking to lose weight, then you want to stick with this number right here, your maintenance calories. We call that the maintenance bracket. You're just going to stop right here with the calculation, and you're not going to do any further calculations. But if you are coming into this challenge group and you've decided, I do want to lose weight, even if it's about, well, you've decided you do want to lose weight, and you want to tone and build lean muscle, then you want to continue on with this calculation. So if you're that person, then, and that's going to be me in this round, I am going to take my maintenance calories and put them here and subtract 750. And that gives me my calorie target. So that gives us what we're calling 2 different brackets. We have our maintenance bracket. So if I'm choosing not to actively attempt to lose weight in this challenge, I'm going with my maintenance bracket. If I'm going to actively attempt to lose weight with this challenge, I'm going with the weight loss bracket right here, okay? Now, if you're somebody who is looking to maybe only lose 5 or 10 pounds, I would recommend the start of phase 1 to go with your weight loss bracket. And then let's talk with your coach as you go along within the first 2 weeks and see how you're feeling and see how things are going. And we might make some adjustments. We will be talking to you a lot about that in the first 2 to 4 weeks of this challenge group. How are you feeling? How are things going? Where are we at? Here are some adjustments that can be made. One thing that is vitally important with 80-day obsession is food is fuel. You must eat if you want results. If you don't eat what your meal plan says, and if you don't challenge your body with nourishing it, then you will not get the results from 80-day obsession. We've seen it time and time again. And I myself and other coaches in this group, I know, Blake and Tammy and Heather and Lindsay, we were all just so shocked when we did this the first time around. We were eating so much more food than we ever had before. And all of a sudden, the weight was dropping, the muscle was toning, we were building lean muscle, our bodies were changing like we never imagined was even possible. But it is possible when you actually fuel your body right. So it is going to be important that we pay close attention to these calculations, but we also know it is possible to move back and forth between maintenance bracket and weight loss bracket. But don't be moving around those brackets without consulting your coach first, okay? We've been through this before, and we've actually been through this with the trainer, Autumn Calabrese. We were in an exclusive test group, and we learned quite a bit from her. So we know when to move you around, okay? So that's how we do our calculations for phase 1. Moving on down, now that you know your number, okay? Whatever it is, whether it's maintenance or weight loss, we don't care. You've decided now, okay, I'm in maintenance, here's my number. I'm in weight loss, here's my number. Whatever your number is now, that calorie target, now that you know that number, you come down to page 5 and you find your calorie target in this calorie target range, okay? So now if your calorie target is 1,498, you say, oh gee, that barely put me into plan A. Well, you're plan A. There's no rounding here with 80-day obsession, okay? At least not to start phase 1, okay? So whatever your number is, find that plan, and that is the plan that you will be starting phase 1 with, all right? So now that you know your plan, are you plan A, plan B, C, D, E, or F? Now what you can do, of course, there's a lot more information here in the starter guide, but I'm going to go back over to my Beachbody On Demand, and I am going to go to this nutrition section, and I'm going to find my plan, okay? So I'm going to be following plan B, and I have a meal plan that I'll be showing you today for plan B. So let's open up plan B for talking purposes today. So here we go. Here's our meal plan for plan B. So we'll scroll down through the start here, and it tells me the containers that I'll be eating. So with your package, you got your colored containers for your portion sizes, and many of you may have actually followed Portion Fix with 21-Day Fix or other Beachbody programs in the past. This is very similar. We're just going to do it a little bit differently with the timed part of it. So with plan B, you get 4 green containers, 3 purple containers, 4 red containers, 3 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 4 teaspoons. You might notice that that's quite a bit more than past programs, especially if you've done these before, these Portion Fix programs before. And if you're looking at plan A, it's a lot more than past programs plan A is also. There's a reason. You must fuel your body. We will be working hard in these workouts, and you need to fuel your body in order for your body to give you the results, okay? So we'll move on down. Now that we know that, well, how are we going to divide those up through the day? Here is one of the best parts about timed nutrition with 80-Day Obsession. You don't have to be making a spreadsheet. You don't have to be figuring anything out about how you're going to divide those up for the day. It's already figured out for you, and for a very good reason. So Autumn designed this so that she has paired together the containers for you already. So she doesn't want you deciding, okay, I want to have all my green or like 2 green containers for lunch, and I want to have 2 purple containers for breakfast, and I'm going to have my blue container here, but then I might move it around here or there. She doesn't want you doing that. And the reason being is she has perfectly paired together your macronutrients with each meal, so that every single meal that you eat with 80-Day Obsession Time Nutrition, your body is perfectly using the food that you're eating, perfectly using that fuel. And it works, you guys. So, and you know what's so cool about it is it takes all the thinking out of it. You don't have to think about, oh goodness, wait, did I miss a green? Did I miss a red? Did I get it all in? It makes it super duper easy. So here's how it's going to work. You have your workout block, and now this can be moved around throughout the day depending upon your schedule. So I'm going to speak towards working out in the morning, but this can be moved around if you're working out midday, if you're working out in the evening. If you need help figuring that out, talk to your coach and we will help you figure out how to move the meals around throughout the day and your workout around throughout the day, okay? But it is absolutely possible, okay? So the idea behind, or not the idea, with Timed Nutrition, what you will be doing is you will be having a pre-workout meal before you work out. So with Plan B, the pre-workout meal is a green container, a red container, a yellow container, and a teaspoon. So it can be any foods, and I'll show you the food list later, that fill up these containers, or any recipes that qualify as these containers. And I'll also show you some amazing recipes. There's hundreds of recipes for you to choose from that qualify for 80-Day Obsession to make it super duper easy for you and delicious. Okay, so this pre-workout meal, you ideally want to have it 60 to 90 minutes before your workout. And I know a lot of you right there are going, can't do it, no way, not possible. I can't, I work out early in the morning. I can't get up at 3. I can't get up at 4 to eat. Well, I'm one of those. I work out at 5:30 in the morning, and especially with these longer 60 to 45 minute workouts with 80-Day Obsession. So here is an option for you. Autumn explained, many people will be surprised, and I was absolutely one of them, and everybody I've worked with has been one of them, that you actually don't need 60 to 90 minutes before your workout to eat. You might even need only 5 to 10 minutes before your workout to eat. So for me, I have absolutely found that I can eat that breakfast and I can go immediately to the workout. I don't need really more than 5 or 10 minutes between the time I finish eating and when I press play. And so you don't need to wake up an entire hour or 2 before your workout to allow your meal to digest. You are absolutely, and it does say this in here, you are absolutely following the program if you eat immediately before your workout. And I challenge you to try it. You are going to be surprised. I had never eaten food before working out before in my entire life. I thought, there's no way. I could hardly drink water while working out. It would just sit right here. It didn't. It didn't sit right here. It didn't jostle in my tummy. It didn't bother me. I didn't get nauseous. Nothing. I had energy. I busted the workouts. It was amazing. Now here is an idea. So the pre-workout meal is ideally a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon. But here is another idea, and this is what I do. She does tell you right here, you could swap meal option 1, which is a lighter meal, which is a purple container, a red, and a teaspoon for the pre-workout meal. So that is what I choose to do. Instead of having green, red, yellow, and a teaspoon, for my pre-workout meal, I just do a purple, a red, and a teaspoon. And I have this meal later on in the day. Okay, so that is an option for you to make the meal a little bit lighter with this meal option 1 and have it right before you work out or a half hour before you work out. Then you have your pre-workout Energize. That ideally you want to have within 30 minutes before your workout, no longer before, and then you do your workout. And then following your workout, you want to, actually during your workout, have Hydrate. I am in love with Hydrate. I was mentioning the water, how it would always sit right here. I'm that way with every workout, when I mountain bike, anything. I would never drink water. And I introduced Hydrate to my workouts and my mountain bike rides, and I can now drink a whole bottle. Even out in the heat of the sun mountain biking, it goes down so smooth. It helps reduce your perceived exertion. It's pretty amazing. So it helps you just give and get more out of your workout. So you can have that during your workout. And then after your workout, you're going to have a purple container, so a fruit, and your Beachbody Performance Recover. This stuff is going to help you reduce your soreness, and it's going to help your muscles rebuild right away. So you want to have that within 30 minutes after your workout. Then your post-workout meal. So this you want to have, this is where the time piece is really starting to kick in. You want to have this within 1 to 2 hours after your workout. And this is going to consist of a green container, a red container, a yellow, and a teaspoon. And I'll be giving you ideas of what kinds of foods you could be having there, what could fit into a real life schedule that you could eat at this time, okay? And like I said, there's tons of recipes too out there. Then what we have are all of our other timed meals. Now these meal options, we have meal option 1, 2, 3, and we have our nighttime recharge. Now meal options 1, 2, and 3, those what you can have, you have them throughout the rest of the day. Now this was our workout block. The rest of the day, our meal options, we're going to space out every 2 to 3 hours. That's where we do our time nutrition, because our body is going to need to refuel itself every 2 to 3 hours, especially with our macronutrients so perfectly balanced. Our body is perfectly using everything we eat every single time we eat. So now we've already, if you swap out meal option 1 with the pre-workout meal, if you swap these two, then this is now a meal that you are going to have later on throughout the day. And these meals, you can swap them around. So, you know, meal option 1 doesn't have to be the first meal after your post-workout meal. And meal option 2 doesn't have to be the next one. You could have meal option 3 as the first meal after your post-workout meal, and so on and so forth. You decide how you want those meals to go. But what you cannot do to follow this program and get the best results is you cannot say, oh, well, I want to have a blue container with this meal option 3. I want to have a blue container with this green salad and this with the red protein and yellow bread on the side and, you know, and cheese on top. I can't do that. I can't move my blue container down here. It has to stay with this meal option. Okay. So the containers stay together, but the meal options within this block can move around. If you have any questions about this, definitely talk to your coach. We've been through it all. We know how to make this work for real life. It absolutely can. My favorite part about this is now, and I'll show you a little bit more how I plan my day out. But if you have already decided, okay, well, meal option 3 is my dinner meal, then it makes it so easy if you end up going out to dinner or at a party. Then you know exactly what you're looking for, what food groups you're looking for. I'm looking for green container. I'm looking for foods that are the food group of a green container, veggies. I'm looking for a red container. I'm looking for a yellow container. And you're going to get to know the foods that qualify as those food groups. And I'll show you that food list in just a little bit. Okay, so that's what makes it so super easy to still stay flexible to enjoy life and get out there in life. It is absolutely possible to do. There might be times that you have to be at the restaurant and you say, hey, please hold the dressing on the side. Please, can I have some extra veggies? Something like that. But other than that, you're there, you're enjoying, you're having fun, and you are staying committed to you in this program, and it is so worth it. This nighttime recharge, I highly recommend it if you've never tried it. I just started using this probably about a month ago. It is the best stuff I've ever used. No lie, my husband says the same thing. It takes away all soreness. We just moved for the second time this year, and we were so sore everywhere, and we drank this, and the next day it was gone. It's just unbelievable, and it helps you sleep at night. It is just gold. So with this program especially, you're going to be sore a lot, which is a good thing, means it's working. I highly recommend this nighttime recharge. Well, that tells us what to do during our workout days. So we're going to be working out Monday through Saturday. Well, then on Sunday is our rest day. You've got to rest. It's vitally important with this program. And I love Sundays as a self-care day, to take the day to foam roll or maybe get a massage. I just learned you can get really cheap massages at your local chiropractor. Things like that. Definitely take some time for self-care on Sundays. So on Sundays, you're going to be eating a little bit differently. You will not be having your Energize. You will not be having your Recover, but you will still have your Shakeology every single day. You do need that nutrients. It's nutrients in Shakeology. And then basically all you do is you have all of these meal options, and you can move them around however you wish. You just cannot move the containers around. So again, if this orange container is set with these containers in meal option 3, you cannot decide to say, I want to have the orange container with this meal option instead. You've got to keep those food groups paired together, okay? But you can say, I want meal option 4 first thing in the morning, and then I want meal option 1 as a snack in the afternoon. That you can totally do. And everything is going to be spaced out every 2 to 3 hours, all right? So yeah, with 80 Day Obsession, I definitely found that there were times I was having a snack in the car. Like, oh my goodness, I'm going to an appointment and it's been 2 to 3 hours and I need to eat. Your body will tell you it's time to eat. When your body is using those macronutrients fully, it's using all that fuel fully, it tells you it's time to eat every 2 to 3 hours. You're going to want to eat, and you're going to find there's going to be some easy things to bring with you to stick to your plan and make Time Nutrition so easy to fit into real life. So let's show how I have planned out a meal. Okay, so here is how I think I am sharing my screen. Let's just make sure. How do we do this? I can't ask you guys, can I? Let's do this. You're probably like, I can see it, Erin. Okay, now I am sure that I am sharing it. Okay, so here's a meal plan that I made for Plan B that follows along with the workout time at 5:30 in the morning. Like I said, you can move your workout block around through any time of the day. Again, if you need help with how to figure that out, talk to your coach and we can help you through that. So here's how I've planned my day. I usually get up about 4:45, and then I'm in the kitchen making my breakfast about 5 a.m. And so, like I said, I have swapped out meal option 1 as my pre-workout meal. I wanted the lighter meal since I'm eating right before I work out. So it's a purple container and a red container and a teaspoon. So I do 2 scrambled eggs. And as a teaspoon, that is olive oil. And I do still need to show you that food list, and I'll show you that in a minute. So that's the 2 scrambled eggs is my red container, the olive oil is my teaspoon, and a purple container is my fruit of berries. And then I have my Energize, of course. So that's what I do for my pre-workout meal. Then I work out from 5:30 to about 6:30. By the time I press play, sometimes it might be 6:45-ish when I'm done. And then after that, at 6, when I'm done my workout, I have my purple container, which is fruit, so I'll have an apple, and my Beachbody Performance Recover. Then about 1 to 2 hours later, I take a shower, I get ready, get the kiddo off to school. I have my post-workout breakfast. And for me, what has worked with my schedule is to have my Shakeology at this time. So Shakeology counts as a red container. So I have Shakeology. Now I also needed to have a green container with this meal. So what I've loved to do is to mix in my Shakeology, this Shakeology Boost Power Greens. I didn't like to mix into my Shakeology kale or spinach, which you absolutely can do, but I could still taste it. So the Power Boost greens, they're not that expensive, and you don't even taste them. And 2 scoops counts as 1 green container. So it's fantastic. You just put them right in with your Shakeology, and you don't even taste the greens. It just looks green, and it gives you the green qualities. And so there you go. And then I have a piece of Ezekiel toast, counts as my yellow container, with some almond butter to count as my teaspoon. Then a couple hours later, around 11 o'clock, I'll do a green container, red, yellow, and teaspoon. So I pre-make this ahead of time. Actually, there's quite a few lunches that I found that fit this qualification of green, red, yellow, and teaspoon. I love this quinoa bowl. It's super easy to make ahead of time. It's a recipe in Fixate that I'll show you in just a little bit. And then around 2 o'clock, I'll have a snack of a green, purple, and blue containers. So I'll do some baby carrots, hummus, and grapes. It's like a little Greek Isle thing. And then around 5 or 6 o'clock, I do dinner. And so dinner is green container, red, yellow, orange, and teaspoon. I've chosen this particular meal option as my dinner because I feel like there are a lot of dinners that meet these qualifications of containers, those food groups that the whole family will love. So I don't have to make separate meals for me and then for my husband and then for my 5-year-old. And so what I like to do is eat the same thing for my pre-workout meal, my post-workout meals, my lunch, my snacks all week long. But then for dinners, we change it up every night. It's following the same containers, but something new. So chicken mole one night, chicken stuffed peppers another night, salmon another night, and so on and so forth. And these are all awesome recipes that you guys have access to in Fixate, and I'll show you that in just a bit. So that's what keeps it fun and fresh for you and your family too. And then on Sunday, I like to keep it really flexible because Sunday's a rest day, and then we typically as a family are doing fun things. And so it's just easier for me to not have it so rigidly planned. And so instead, what I do for myself is I plan out, okay, for each time of the day, what containers am I going to be looking for? So first thing in the morning, I'm going to be looking for red, green, yellow, and teaspoon, whether I'm making that myself or going out somewhere or whatnot. And then the second meal, 2 to 3 hours later, I'm going to be looking for this. And, you know, as I've gotten through the week, it's become easier and easier to know how to fulfill these containers. That is how I've planned out my week. I highly recommend you do the same for you. I'll share this in the challenge group so you can even use this particular plan if you wish, as long as you are following Plan B. If you're following a different plan, you can make the adjustments accordingly. Now, let's go back to Beachbody On Demand, and let's take a look at where you can find the food list so you know exactly what goes into each container. So you might be wondering, some of you, well, what goes into a green container? What goes into a yellow container? And also where to find some really great recipes, because that's so important with this program. I mean, with anything you do, I think, any program. Okay, so sharing. We're back on my Beachbody On Demand right here. So we were, oh, it's refreshing. Oh, it must have logged me out. I think my internet did something silly to me here. Sorry about that. Well, I will just log right back in. Okay, so I'm still on 80-day obsession right here. I'm just looking at the overview. I'm going to go back over to program materials and back under nutrition. And so you have your 80-day obsession container food list. You also have UK version. You also have vegan plans also. And I forgot to mention this before. So we do, if you scroll down, we have vegan plans for all of the plans A through F also. So we have eating plan A, that is if you do eat meat. Now, then you come down, if you are doing this vegan, if you are vegan, not want to do, if you are vegan, we also have the vegan plans as well. And so they are right here. The container counts will just be slightly different from what you saw from the plan I was showing you earlier, okay? And then the same goes with the food list. We will have, where am I? I have the regular container food list that will include meat, and then I have the vegan container food list that do not include meat. So it will tell you options for the red protein container with vegan foods, okay? So I'm going to look at this list right here. And this tells you, okay, what goes into a green container? What goes into a purple? What goes into a red? And it becomes pretty clear. Okay, green container is veggies. A purple container is fruit. Red is proteins. Yellow is carbs. Blue is healthy fats. Orange is seeds and dressings. And teaspoon is oils and nut butters. Well, that seems pretty straightforward. And if you followed 21 Day Fix in the past or any of the other programs using Portion Fix, you might think, I already know what goes in these. Well, with 80-Day Obsession, we are a little bit more, I don't think refined is the word, but this list is slightly different. There will be no white breads. There will be no white pasta. Nothing along those lines, especially in the yellow container list. Some of the, I think there might even be some differences in the red and green and purple container list. So be sure to take a look at the list here to know exactly what goes into the containers and what counts as 80-day obsession approved foods, okay? To follow this exactly as it's written. I highly recommend it because you will get the results if you follow it as exactly as it's written. There is a modified refeed days, and that's where you're gonna see your white breads and the treat foods and all of that. We'll get to that when we get into, I think it's phase 2 when we get into refeed days. Let's not talk about that now. Okay, so be sure to check out your food list. This is something you can pull up right on your phone. So if you're out to dinner and you're going, hey, I can't remember what goes into a blue container, but I need to have a blue container with my meal tonight. What do I need to look for? What kind of food do I need to look for? You could pull up your Beachbody On Demand app right on your phone and go right into, pull this right up on there, and then you'll see that, okay? Now let's go back over to Beachbody On Demand, and I'm looking at these program materials. What I want to do is I'm going to go back to the home page, and I want to show you where you can find some amazing recipes, because you don't always want to be eating grilled chicken and steamed vegetables and some raw nuts on the side, you know, and filling your containers and eating out of the containers. Speaking of eating out of the containers, I highly recommend that when you do use your containers to do your measurements when you're preparing your food, is that you dump it on your plate or in your bowl. You need to see what the portion sizes look like so that if you do end up out to dinner or at a party, you know how to eyeball your portion sizes, okay? So when we are looking at all of our featured programs here in Beachbody On Demand, I'm gonna go to all programs. Just had to click that link. Then you can scroll through and you will see Fixate as one of the featured programs. Fixate is a cooking show by Autumn Calabrese and her brother Bobby, and it is a cooking show that has hundreds of recipes that follow this container system. So you actually don't even have to hardly be using the containers ever. So you could watch the episodes here if you wish, or go to program materials. This is what I do every single weekend. I'm preparing my meal plans, and night I'm cooking dinner. And then you go under, where is it? It's a little different on here than it is. Oh, Fixate recipe list. Sorry about that. And it pulls up this PDF document. And look, here are all of the recipes. It's so cool. And anything in your table of contents that has this little circle is 80-Day Obsession approved. Because remember I said the food list is slightly different with 80-Day Obsession. We want to really hone in on our nutrition with 80-Day Obsession. So if you decide, oh, I want to make almond crusted chicken with 80-Day Obsession, you go there, you click on that, and it brings us right to that page, and it tells me what the container count is. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be taking the almonds off the crust of the chicken and measuring that in the blue container and so on. Nope, it tells me exactly what the serving size is. 1 chicken breast equals a green container, a red, a blue, and a teaspoon. Probably equals a green because actually I see down here on the side in this meal, they've said you have vegetables as well, okay? So that's what's really great about all of these recipes is often you won't even be using your containers. It just tells you your serving size and what the containers equal. So what I like to do when I was making my meal plans is I liked to look for 80-Day Obsession approved recipes, and I was saying, okay, I'm looking for meal option whatever one is has a purple container, a red container, and a teaspoon. I'm looking through all these recipes to find something that would equal that I want to make. So that's a great way to keep things fun and fresh. And they're always adding new recipes to this list. So that is 80-Day Obsession, timed nutrition. The key is, you guys, food is fuel. I want you to take the time this week to weigh yourself and to do your calculations to figure out your maintenance bracket and your weight loss bracket and make that decision. Why are you coming in here? Are you coming in here to only build lean muscle, but ideally maintain weight, not looking to have a major weight loss? Or are you coming in here looking for a weight loss and also build lean muscle? Once you know that, I'm going for a maintenance bracket or I'm going for a weight loss bracket, then you look for your meal plan, okay? And then print out your meal plan and start to learn it and start to plan out what you will be eating for every meal and when you're going to be eating it next week. For me, it really helped to, at least for that first week, write it all out. You can type it out, whatever is easiest for you, but have it written out in some fashion. I am going to be having eggs and berries with olive oil at 5 a.m. and energize. And after my workout, I'm going to have an apple with Recover. And then in 2 hours later, I am going to have I can't say the word. I'm going to have toast with almond butter, with Shakeology, with the Power Greens Boost. So, write it all out so you know exactly when you plan to have every meal and what you are going to eat so that you are prepared. When you go into this prepared, you're going to have amazing success and you're going to feel so good. So good. Last tip of the day. It is normal to go through a little bit of a detox the first week or two with changing from probably having some sugar in your life, maybe some cocktails, maybe some not as clean food, to eating very clean like we will be doing with 80-Day Obsession. And so I highly recommend that when you go grocery shopping this weekend, you buy some green tea. That's going to help tremendously. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, of course, please reach out to me or reach out to your coach and we will help you. And yay, so excited for your journey. Have a great day. Bye-bye.